Hello, good noon, and welcome to BYJU'S exam prep channel that is dedicated to your success in the B School exams. And this session focuses on one specific aspect of Maharashtra CET, and that is fill in the blanks. So those of you who have worked with me in the classes, you know about the concepts involved in fill in the blanks. In case you and I never had an opportunity to work in a class, then this is our opportunity to go ahead and talk a little more about fill in the blanks. And we are talking about this because it is going to be a major chunk. It is going to be a large chunk of the exam. So if you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe to it and do press the bell icon so that you start getting the notifications. We keep on bringing in a lot of sessions. So if you're not subscribed, chances are that you may end up missing out on quite a few of those. So subscribing ensures that you don't miss out on any of those sessions. During the session, if you happen to have any question, please drop it in the chat below. When I look here, I am reading your chat. I'm still with you. It's just that you may feel that I'm not looking at you. I have a separate screen on which I go ahead and read your chat. So gone free access, can you raise your volume? Oh, let me just check if I can. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, you are right. Actually, the volume trigger at my end is not moving as much as it usually does, and I don't know why. So it is an issue, but this is the best mic that I have, the best mic in terms of quality. What I can do though is, let me just see. My laptop updated yesterday, so there are maybe some settings that switch it and then check. Hello, hello. No, this won't do either. Here is a third mic which may not deliver the best audio experience for you, but let's hope that it fixes the volume issue. Okay, so this one may capture a little more of my ambient sound, but it'll definitely jack up the volume for you. Okay, so hopefully even those with maybe phones that have speakers not very strong, hopefully this fixes it up for you. Although, my bad, it may capture a little bit of ambient sound. Once the session is over, I'll go ahead and check the equipment once again. So fill in the blanks for Maharashtra CET, and we are talking about it because there are a lot of questions. And before I dive into the topic, here is a reminder that you have to be odd to be number one. So you are supposed to do the kind of things that others do not do, that others are not willing to do, but you are willing to go ahead and do, or you are willing to go ahead and engage in. And that is how you move towards excellence in these exams. And a quick reminder, the tentative dates are 9th and 10th of March. The application deadline is 6th of February so far, which is a couple of days away for us. And the target scores are pretty steep, particularly if you're targeting JBIMS through All India. And in order to help you with that, we have launched a crash course with some really amazing features at a really amazing and affordable price. So do reach out to us if you want to know more. You would find a pinned comment on above the chat window. You can click on it and that will take you to the relevant page, and hopefully that will help. And as usual, if you want to know something specific, ask something specific, we are always around for you. So let's check. So at this moment, the price is actually just 5,000. Huh? We are offering a 50% off. As good as it gets. Okay, so overview. By now, I know most of you attended these sessions, so you know this, but in case somebody is new here, it's a 150-minute test that gives you 200 questions. Marking scheme is +1 and there is no negative marking. Then there are these sections: logical reasoning, abstract reasoning, English, quant. So I'm being 70 to 85. I'm using a range looking at the historical data, but nowadays you should typically expect around 75 in logical reasoning, 25 in abstract, 50 each in English and quant. That has been the recent trend. No sectional time limit, 5 options per question. That's going to be the new thing. Within the English section, you get RC and then you get a host of other question types. And I'm going to, of course, introduce you to all of this if you remain regular in our sessions here. But this session is about fill in the blanks. So others may get confused when they write this exam. But when you sit and write Maharashtra CET after this, you won't have that problem at all. Okay, so that's how I want you to feel. Does sectional do Preet, the overall cutoff is so high and the exam is easy that anybody who gets into the overall cutoff almost invariably reaches there anyway. Okay, so with that, let's dive into the first set of questions. So I call these the conventional questions. Now, what do I mean by conventional here? So, typical fill in the blank questions would test your understanding of vocabulary, comprehension, logic. So when I say conventional, I mean that these are the kind of questions that would test you across these things. So let me give you a typical one blank question that will test your understanding, starting with the first one on your screen, and your time starts now. So, as you can see, what should the answer be? Okay, is it A? Before you share money to an online seller, do you go and share money to the seller with the seller? Share is where you keep some part, that other guy keeps some part. So that won't work. But look at this word in option C. The word is remit. One of the meanings of remit is, let me change the color. I had shifted to blue for a brief while. To send money to someone. That is one of the meanings of remit. So if I have to choose between share and remit, I'd actually prefer remit. Once again, you don't share money. You can give money, you can remit money, you can transfer money. You don't share. Share is a sort of split, right? And that is why a better answer choice here will be option C. Here is your next question. Question number 2 on your screen. The clock is ticking. Tell me what you think. So what's your take? All right. So in question number 2, police officers dashed the robbers in the stolen car, but the suspects were too quick to be caught. So which one should we go ahead and choose? So I think all of you have actually managed to get this right. D is indeed the correct answer. So because everyone has got it right, it saves me the trouble of explaining. Here is the next one on your screen. It's amazing to see a string of right answers. That's always fabulous. Okay. How do I even gone free CSS? Yeah, that's even troublesome to read. Uh, Vikram, is it okay to use about after overstate? Grammatically, I think overstate won't work. Moreover, look at this. The conversation takes an awkward turn. So, which one of these will make it awkward? Bragging, boasting, and that is why the correct answer should be option D. Right? And with that, so far I took you through fill in the blank questions that had one blank, but the main thing was vocabulary plus comprehension plus logic. However, in this exam, you also get a lot of questions that are based on idioms and phrasal verbs, idiomatic expressions. So let me take you through some idiomatic expressions and let's see how you do there. So question number 4 on your screen and your time starts now. Okay, Ekta, I see your answer. That was actually quite quick. So, for question number 4, look at the context. In this context, we are saying that she made a difficult decision or a challenging decision or a bold decision. So, which one of these would indicate that the decision was bold? So, throw in the towel basically means to surrender, to give up. Now, when you surrender, you give up, then you leave. You won't ask someone else to leave. So, therefore, I think B can definitely be ruled out. If I look at, okay, what is the other option that I'm getting? Drop the hat. We don't even have any such idiom. We do have this idiom called at the drop of a hat, but the correct idiom that starts with drop is drop the ball. When you are a little careless, when you end up making a mistake. So since it is not even a standard expression, this can be ruled out. So the best answer is the third one that a lot of you have shared, and that is take the bull by the horns, where you don't shy away from a problem, you confront it, you do not avoid it, you do not escape it, and that is what makes it the right answer. Here is the next one for you. Question number 5 on your screen, and the clock is ticking. Interesting choice of words, huh? Divorce tourism package. So let us check. Can it be bury the hatchet? Can it be get a raw deal? If you've gotten a raw deal, then it means that you've been given an unfair treatment. Yes, it's a bit like you received an unfair treatment. To bury the hatchet is to let the bygones be bygones. Let's forget the past and let's patch up. Let's uh, forget the animosity and hatred of the past. So that will be to bury the hatchet. Then C, put the cart before the horse. What is that going to mean? Any guesses, anyone? What do we mean by to put the cart before the horse? It means to do things in a wrong order. Obviously, right? So you're doing things in a way that does not that is not going to be right. jump the bandwagon just to do something in a rather hurried manner. Golden handshake is when somebody is asked to leave, but to sweeten the deal, they are given a lot of money. So that's your golden handshake. So there you go. So the best one, I think the one that suits it the most is going to be, why am I not able to write? Bury the hatchet. See, golden handshake is you're asking somebody to leave, and you, in order to sweeten it, you give it a lot of money, or give that person a lot of money. So that's why I think the only thing that makes sense in this context is bury the hatchet. Nothing else would actually give us any meaning. Fair enough? Okay, so with that, let's dive into our next question. Here it is on your screen. Okay, so somebody is already off the bat by saying the top banana. Do we have any such idiom really? You go bananas when you go crazy. We don't even have any such idiom. So I think we'd have to unfortunately rule this out. As red as a cherry, no idiom. To go pear-shaped is another way of saying that somebody, particularly a woman, has put on some weight, has become overweight, has become fat. A bite at the cherry is that you want a share in the profits. And to not give a fig is a euphemism for to not give a word that we cannot really publicly say in this session. So I think the only correct idiom is D, and therefore we should go ahead and choose that. Shreyash, I hope you were joking, when you chose E. So that's it. So apart from your regular conventional questions that you see in all the other exams, you should also be ready to come across questions that test your understanding of the English idioms. But then that's not all. They also at times give us this slightly unusual, slightly less frequent variety where we get sentences with 3 blanks. So they are more challenging in terms of comprehension and logic. Personally, I find them less challenging in terms of vocabulary because 3 blanks means more opportunities to eliminate. Even if you do not know the meaning of all the words involved, it can be easier for you to go ahead and provide the answer. So let me give you a few 3 blank questions as well. So question number 7 on your screen. Let's see what you choose as your answer in this. All right, so let us check. I think if you know the meanings of the various words involved, that should typically make it easy for you. So let's start with option A, emaciated. Emaciated basically means weakened. Emanated, if something has emanated from something else, then it means that it has come out of that something else. Immolated is to set something on fire. Emancipated is to set something free. So let's look at the first blank. Gandhi and the Indian national leaders emaciated us from British rule. No. Emanated us from British rule. No. Immolated. No. Emancipated. Yes. Emaciated. No. So I think if I go by just the first blank, I would notice that D is the only thing that can go in here. The other questions won't even make much sense. Right? And thus they can be ruled out, they can be eliminated. Are there any other words whose meanings are an issue? Underwhelmed, coordinated, unflailing, rigid, immolated. I think in D you have this other word called unflagging. Unflagging means unwavering, tireless determination. So say unflagging determination would be unwavering determination. So that should work. Coordinated is also fine. So yeah, D is the answer. And here is the next one for you. Harshit, yes, yeah, Maharashtra CET is an easy exam overall. So I'm just trying to stay close to the difficulty level of the exam most of the times. Oh, Vikram, that's really fast. Man, 10 seconds, 12 seconds, and you were done. Okay, so let's check. A crippling. Crippling very clearly is a negative word. Foreign exchange, something. So because it is crippling, this has to be something negative. So crisis, yes. Policy, maybe. Reserves, no, we don't use crippling for reserves. Emergency, yes. Crippling foreign exchange deposits, again, we can't use it for deposits, so that's ruled out. So we can definitely rule out C and E, which has resulted in an acute shortage of fuel, food, and medicines. Yes. Abundance, no. We are looking at that negative theme. And then acute supply, no. Acute crisis. But E is anyway eliminated, so the best answer choice is obviously going to be A, which I think most of you have managed to figure out. So that's absolutely correct. In case you happen to have any issue, in case you want to discuss something specific, do let me know and I'd love to. Here is your next question. And your time starts now. Harshit, glut basically means an excess of something. So if I say there is a glut of prebiotic and probiotic supplements in the market, it means that there are a lot of those available. In question number 9, when I look at the last blank, third blank, I'd notice transparent is the only word that can go. Right? And therefore that has to be the only option. If I look at first and second blank, maybe there are more options that can fit in, but in the third one, transparent has to be the only one, and that is why it is the answer. The problem with first one, once again, is look at secretive. If the regulators are being secretive about it at all times, let's check. The defining feature of a vaccine is safety profile and its effectiveness is premised on its makers and the regulators being secretive. You would not trust a vaccine which is shrouded in mystery and secrets. You would like to know what it is made of and how it is being made, so that transparency is definitely needed. So it's a third word that will play a spoil spot, and that is why A can be eliminated. Okay, here is the next segment now, the missing part questions. So far we were saying that, okay, there is only one word which is missing, but then there are times when an entire part can go missing, and whenever that happens, it may test you on grammar or it may test you on logic, depending upon how that question really pans out. Okay, so let me take you through these questions as well. So question number 10 on your screen, and the clock is ticking. Life of Unnati, that seems like the name of a channel as well. Huh? In case yes, if that is the case, just do let me know what you post. So I think the clue here is the word although. So we know that although is used for two contrasting ideas. So if he struggles with X, then he needs to be good at Y. So I want an expression here that tells us that his writing skills are good. So if you say although he struggles with public speaking, his writing skills are equally bad, then that's a similar idea. It won't fit in with although, so this can be ruled out. Although he struggles with public speaking, his writing skills are second to none. It tells you that he's excellent at writing skills, so that provides you with that contrast. Can be there. Are poor, no contrast. Are not there, no contrast. Equally good. See, he's not good at public speaking. Equally good would mean that he's bad. So once again, we'll not be able to justify the contrast. So the only option that can fit in here is B. So I think mostly it was B versus E. So when it says writing skills, moreover, dude, where is the verb in E? Where is the verb? We need a verb here as well. You can't just have a subject and something else without the verb. You cannot create a clause that way. Dude, verb. That's a tough miss. I think I should make this question tougher by adding an R to E as well. Huh? That will probably make more people fall for it. But that said, here is the next one. There you go, your time is up, and the correct answer here is going to be option B. I think this is an easy one. I expect most of you to get it right, and that indeed is turning out to be the case. So B it is. And here is the last question type of this particular variety. There are more questions to come. There you go. All right, so in this particular case, they could adversely affect India's economy. Yup. Impact the sovereignty of the nation. Yes. Foreign donations can at times have that ulterior motive. And the moment A and B are both true, you can check C. That also fits in. So, so the correct answer should be D, all of the above. Go ahead and choose that easily. And with that, now let us dive into the unconventional questions, the questions that you do not normally get to see. So you should expect the unconventional questions as well. And I'm basically sharing it here so that you are not caught off guard in the exam. So here is the first one. What do you see here? You have two sentences, first and second, both of them have one blank. But what are we supposed to look at it? A word out of the four that can go into both of these blanks. So if one of these four words can go into both of these blanks and complete them, then that's your answer. Otherwise, you'd go ahead and choose none of the above. Give it a shot. Oh, Vikram, that was quick. So typically the way I approach these questions is I go blank by blank, sentence by sentence. Okay, so in the first blank I can have delectable, I cannot have forged, I cannot have spurious because no restaurant would claim to do that. Authentic, yes. Now let's check second. So B and C are already ruled out. How can you be sure that the signature is delectable? Delectable is delicious, tasty, yummy. So signature cannot be delectable, so ruled out, but authentic, yes, and that is why the answer is D. Here is the next one. Okay, so stork is a bird. Remember in popular conversation we say when kids in the Western world at least ask, where did I come from? They say the stork brought you, so the bird brought you. She had to stalk her neck up, no? Tow truck her neck up, no? Excavator, the JCB machines that we are so fond of. No, crane her neck up. Yes, crane can actually mean to try to rise the length of your neck in order to look ahead. So this can go. Angle her neck up. Maybe. So A, B, and C do not even go in the first blank. Let's look at the second one. They had to call a crane to lift out the car from the water. Yes, they had to call a angle. Even the idiom won't work here. Even the article won't work here. Should have been an angle. So E is ruled out. And therefore D is the answer. Most of you anyway figured that out. And here is question number 15 for you. This is easy. This is easy. I'm sure you'd be able to get it right. Yep, Vikram. Gone free CSS. Harshit Ekta and X2OM2703. These are the top 5 answers. The first 5 to answer. And here, absolutely, dates it is. Komal, events will work in the first sentence, but it won't work in the second, no? Partial to the taste of events, it won't work in the second sentence. Yes, the khajur dates, yes. Absolutely. So date is also used to refer to that delicious little fruit that is often eaten in my part of the world during the winters. Of course, there are people like my father who eat them around the year as well. So that's what I brought for you today. If you think that the session added meaningfully to your preparation, don't forget to give it a like. And I will see you soon in the next one. And once again, a quick reminder that you can be a part of this crash course and enhance your chances of performance results for just 5,000. And in case you need to reach out to any of us, please do so, and we would love to be of help. If you want to join the batch, you'd find a link in the pinned comment. You can use that to access it straight away. So that's it from me today. Enjoy your Sunday, and I look forward to meeting you real soon. I'd in fact be taking a session at 12 tomorrow. Although it is, let me just in fact check what I am doing so that I can tell you whether it is relevant for you or not. So that's basically CAT 24 session, but typically in these sessions I do bring in some reading comprehension questions as well. So RC can be useful, parajumbles can be useful. So if you feel like, you can definitely attend that session. But tomorrow at 7, I will be taking a session on the app where I'll help you practice some grammar questions. So we can definitely meet there then. So that's it from me today. Look forward to meeting you once again. Until then, take care. See you soon.